Welcome everyone to another wonderful episode here at Doctors of Podiatry. Case update, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone has been asking me about where is the update with the ulcer that we applied the fish graft, and here it is. It's been now a couple of weeks. I did not want to upload any videos earlier just because it's such a slow process. You okay there? Yeah, he's got this. The patient has a really severe case of restless legs syndrome, and it's quite uncomfortable, so he's trying to get comfortable there. So, you know, I didn't want to upload anything before just because it's such a slow process that sometimes you can't really, you know, see a whole lot of, you know, difference. But we're definitely making some really great progress. In respect to the defect, it's definitely a lot, it's more superficial. We don't see the tendon anymore, and you guys will definitely see how the base of the ulcer is definitely changing. When we first saw the patient, there was a tremendous amount of fibrin tissue, yucky tissue, that wasn't allowing the defect to close. So we had to find that happy place between trying to get the bacteria load down, right, the colonization down, and get the environment more suitable for healing. So I want, let's go ahead and show the world here. So as everyone can see, it's smaller, right? It used to be out to here. You guys can actually see the demarcation, right? It was a lot bigger. Now it's a lot smaller. The measurements don't lie, number one. Number two, there's, you see the red tissue? The red tissue is healthy tissue. We have not debrided it yet. These ulcers, I've said it before and I'll say it again, these are really difficult ulcerations to heal. They can take months, maybe even years, believe it or not. So I'm gonna go ahead and very carefully just, you know, debride some of this fire, you know, what I call it, you know, what we call the biofilm. Okay. And it's not digging, right? It's just kind of like rubbing the curette against the area, and if something comes off, then great. Okay. And everything, there's very, very little loose fibrin tissue, which is great news. I'm going to go ahead and do a technique that we've used before. It's called cross-hatching. There's a lot of what we call senescent cells, you know, cells that are actually sleeping. So we want to wake up the area. And unfortunately, the only way to do it, again, it's cross-hatching, like, you know, tic-tac-toe. And we basically just very, very lightly. How you doing up there, patient?
Sure, thank you.
Okay. Any pain?
Only when you touch it.
We did give the patient the option of local anesthesia, but he deferred. Sometimes, believe it or not, sometimes the local anesthesia hurts even more. I mean, that's the fact. Do you agree with that, patient?
I do, yes, sir.
It may not seem like I'm a whole lot with what I'm doing, but this goes a long way again. Again, you know, we're just kind of waking up the ulcer, so to speak. Cross hatching, old technique. A lot of wound care specialists use it. Some do, some don't. Even this way. You know, let it bleed. We want blood. Blood, blood, lots of blood. No blood, no healing.
That's why you got the color your jaws. You like that, Doc?
Let all that blood just... There we go. That's what we want to see. Super. Excellent. Just marinate all this with blood. Excellent. So, my other concern is, let's take a look at the left. It's been really, this one's been really also difficult to heal. It's in a bad location, number one, and number two, it's definitely more superficial. My concern at the beginning was the tibia, the bone, is right here. Try to prevent any osteomyelitis, bone infection, but slowly we're making some progress, right?
I think it's definitely smaller than before.
Absolutely, but we're not out of the woods yet by any means. Okay. The problem with this patient, unfortunately, is the lymphedema. You know, it's our biggest enemy, the swelling. And part of the problem is that I said in the first video, when his extremities, his lower extremities, inflate and deflate depending on the time of the day, the multi-layered compression dressing just falls off.
It does.
And it's that's the problem. If it falls off, we lose the desired effect of the compression dressing. That's the problem. So, we're kind of like a salmon trying to swim against the current. It's not easy, but this is a great update, I think. I think a lot of people will appreciate, because, people continue to ask me, where's the guy, with the ulcer with the fish graft? We did speak about the possibility of a second graft, and, with some platelet-rich plasma. We're going to hold up on that. There is a timeline. We cannot, we got to make sure that we stay, within that timeline. To make sure that we continue to heal the defect. If I see for a split second that we're not making any progress, then we have to, take a step back and reevaluate the entire protocol and the approach. As always, www.jawspodiatry.com, Instagram, Dr. Tojam, Jaws Podiatry, Facebook, and last but not least, our YouTube channel, Jaws Healthcare. This patient does not have any diabetes. I don't want anyone to assume that because he has an ulcer that he's diabetic. He does have some other medical issues, but that are being addressed by his primary care physician. I just want to remind everyone that we did launch our Spanish channel, Jaws Podiatria, Jaws Podiatria, for all the bilingual individuals out there that would like to also follow us on that channel, please. I think it's time to go. Have a nice day.